Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and today I'm going to be talking about banners in Minecraft. Particularly, I want to talk about my top 5 favourite banners I've seen since the update came out. Because the really awesome thing I've seen about banners, and every single time I look at one I'm like, oh, that does work, is that basically banners unlock so much creativity for you to play around with, and hopefully with today's tutorial, not only do I show you how to make a exclamation mark, or a globe, or a Pokeball, or a skyblock, or a counter table, but hopefully I teach you some of the tools that will, help you play around with yourself. Because as I was making these, I learned a few things about, the combinations that work really well together, and hopefully you all do too. So yeah, here's my top 5 favourite banners and a tutorial. Hopefully you all do enjoy the video. If you do all like the banner videos, like it, let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like these sorts of things, and maybe want to see more of these. If this video does well, I'll do like maybe one next month or something like that, do my like top 5 favourite banners of the month or something. I don't know, I think it'd be a really cool idea because banners are just so cool. But yeah, with that said, let's get straight into it with the first tutorial, which is for the exclamation mark banner. So this is a really cool banner because it's functional. It can be used to be like, oh yeah, so up ahead there's danger. There's a giant spider up ahead, for instance. You could be like, oh no, watch out, you want to avoid the giant spider. Or you could be like, there's a trap here, or whatever it is. You can signify danger or alert or anything with this exclamation mark banner. So yeah, if you want to make this one, again, you can vary the colors, but if you want a yellow with black background, which I think is the one that works best, you want to have yourself a yellow banner, just like this, and you want to add yourself a giant black stripe going down the center. So just like this, now we've got the exclamation mark in progress, as you can see. And then the way we're going to make this a lot thinner, because it's a bit too thick right now for my liking, is you want to add the pally to it. So yeah, a really cool combination I've spotted is if you want to have a really thin line going through the center, you can do that by having, a pally like that. And look how thin our line is. So we add that to the banner, then we want to add a cross through the middle to divide our one line, make it into two, just like, or not a cross, a line, I should say, just through the middle to make it go from 1 to 2, just like that. And then you want to add a thing to the bottom to make the bottom one a little bit smaller, and then you'll see that after we add this, suddenly it looks like an exclamation mark. But the top's still a little bit ugly, so a way we can clear that out, and again, this will come up a whole bunch, is using this bordure. So when you add vines to a thing, it just, makes a weird pattern around the edge. But if you make it the color that it already is, in this case yellow, it just gets rid of a tiny bit of the top there and makes it that little bit cleaner. And now we have an exclamation mark flag, or exclamation mark banner, so we can say, watch out, giant spider, don't go ahead because it will eat you or whatever. So yeah, handy little, tip right there. So that's the first banner tutorial, the exclamation mark. The next one is the globe here. So the globe is really cool because, again, it signifies I'm a worldly person, or just, I think it's just a cool little symbol for a bunch of reasons. The way you make this is you're going to start with a black background. So, again, not often you get to do this. Nice little black background, very smooth banner. And then you want to add what is called a lozenge to it. In my head, it's a diamond. Like, I think a diamond's a much better name, but it's called the lozenge in the game, which I picture something else entirely. You either add a lime one or a green one, depending on which kind of globe you want to go for. I think lime's a little bit more pleasant to look at, but that's just my opinion. Then you want to add yourself a blue Mojang logo. So in survival, this is a very tricky one to craft because of that Mojang logo. So again, you might want to get yourself, a few enchanted golden apples, but I would say it might even be worth investing because, again, you spend 1 golden apple, but then you can make as many banners of this type as you like, and I might do something like that just for giggles at some point. So yeah, we then put that on, and then obviously you need to get rid of the rest of it, because you can see how there's a globe in there, but it's a little bit ugly. So the first thing we do is we add a border around it, makes it a bit more circular, and then we remove the top and the bottom from the frame, so black like that, and then black like that, and as you can see now, by the way, that's the chief fez, and then the just base fez, and just like that, we've got ourselves a globe. However, at this point, this is where you might want to optionally add, an extra little black gradient to it, and the reason you want to do that is because it will make it that little bit smoother. Right now, it's a little bit rough around the edges, my liking. Add a black gradient, and it looks more like it's actually in space. So, yeah, now we've got ourselves a globe banner, and we can signify we are worldly people, and look at that. Look how much better my build looks now that I showed that I am a globe person. I don't know, I just like the way these looks on things, and that is the globe, one of my other favourite banners, or my 4th favourite. Are we going in order? But yeah, with that said, let's move on to the next one here, which is going to be the Pokeball. So the Pokeball is a really cool banner. You might want to signify I play Pokemon Go, or you might just love Pokemon like me and want to have a banner of it. So if that is the case, then what you want to do is you want to start with a white banner, a nice normal banner like this, and then you want to add a slow gradient to it. The reason you do this is because a Pokeball isn't entirely white, it's like a slightly off-white grey, and by having a gradient, you kind of get the closest to that you can get. So yeah, you want to add a light grey gradient to it, so wherever or light Gary gradient as it is on the Xbox right now, you want to add a light Gary gradient, and as you can see, we get the slightest off-white down there, which is just what we want. And then the rest should be pretty obvious, because it's just, it's actually pretty simple when you look at it. It's a half on the top like this, and now you can just see we add a black line across, and suddenly the Pokeball becomes very clear when we add the white roundel, and suddenly, boom, we've got ourselves a Pokeball. So the cool thing about this one, and really any of these that you can customize to your will, is by changing colors and adding simple patterns, you can make it a whole bunch cooler. So not only can we show that, yeah, we like Pokemon and the world now, but you could also go in again and you could be like, I want to customize this just a tiny bit. So you could be like, okay, we're going to do the exact same thing, start with a white banner, add a grey gradient to it, or a light Gary gradient, I guess you'd call it. So go to light Gary, wherever light Gary is found. There's light Gary, so you add a light Gary gradient. I swear, it does say Gary on my screen right now. That will be fixed at some point in the future. But yeah, you add a light Gary gradient, then you want to add a, instead of that, of sending what I was doing before, you add a blue thing to the top, and suddenly we're getting a Master Ball, or a Great Ball instead of a thing, so blue on the top right here, so blue. Or we might go for a different green, like a cyan maybe. I don't know what a Master Ball's made of, and then you can just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to add some colours on the side. So you add, there's a little triangle you can add on the top here, and just like this, you can see how. Okay, so like that. Look at it. It's like a Master Ball. Or maybe, wait. I think what it actually is like you add a... Wait, so let's try this again. I think that's actually for something else. I think if you want to make it look like a Master Ball, you do that first, and then you cut through it with blue again. Again, you see the patterns form through, and this is my first time doing this, so you see why things are a bit confusing. And then you add the, the Pokeball thing across the center. So just like that, and then like this. And suddenly, boom, it's a Great Ball instead of a Pokeball. And that's just a small example of like playing around with a simple combination to make something that's a relatively simple design into a slightly more complex one that might signify you better. Like, oh, look, it's a Great Ball. That's way better than a Pokeball. And, oh, maybe it's not. That's just an opinion right there. So, yeah, that's a cool thing you can do if you want to, customize any of these. So next up, we have the Skyblock, another example where if you want to customize it, you can, or if you don't want to customize it, you can leave it how it is. So, yeah, you want to start with, I believe it's a cyan banner, so just like this. We start with cyan because that is the background color, so cyan just like this. And then we want to add ourselves, like, the kind of thing down the middle again, like we did before. But we want to make this the tree color, so we're going to go with brown. And then you make the top the color of your leaves. In this case, we're going to go with green because I think leaves are green. And then you can have the base be whatever color we want. Again, brown would work because it's like a sky block. But I think, gray for stone probably gives it a little better feel. And then you just go with the border around it. And just, again, I really love the way this effect works. It removes everything but the tree. Oh, I don't have the... You can see it's right there, right? Like, if I had the vines, which I have now wasted, I could actually, make this thing right there, and that's the Skyblock banner. That's how you make it. All you have to do is go through all those steps, and you'll end up with this thing right here. So, again, just in case you want to see that in text, it's the cyan banner with brown pale, Gary base fest, green sheaf fest, and then the cyan border indented, and it'll give you a sign that says, yeah, I play Skyblock, so what? Or maybe you could just put this on your Skyblock to make it look a bit cooler. Again, I just think that's a cool little goal. In fact, wait, yeah, that's a cool goal for Skyblock. Go onto your Skyblock Island and see how long it takes you to make one of these. Fun little goal for you there. So, yeah, let's move on to the final banner here, because you might have seen this in a previous video, but just in case you didn't, basically you can actually craft cat banners, and it's a cat sitting on a table in this case, because you make the base color, the color of your cat, whether you want that to be orange, black, or white. Let's go with a white cat today. No, let's go with a yellow cat, because that's what my Ocelot is. And then you want to, go around with a border around it. So, okay, I messed that one up a little bit. Again, it's always confusing which buttons to press, but yeah, you then surround that with, let's say, black. Oh, we don't... So we need to quickly just grab ourselves some, I'm just going to really grab some vines, because I've been using them so much, like playing around with vines. I had like an entire stack at one point, and now it's down to this. But yeah, let's put those back, and let's try this again. So let's pretend that didn't happen, and let's go back into it. So yeah, we start with our, white banner, because we're going with a white cat. Oh no, a yellow banner, because we're going with a yellow cat today. And then we're going to add a, a black border around it, or a blue border, in fact, because, it's like the sky. So suddenly you can see the cat starts to form. We add the blue little thing in the top left here, so wherever that is, this little one here. And then you can see cat slowly starts to form a tiny bit better. And then you want to add the table on top of that. So, I always make the mistake of like pressing the wrong thing. But yeah, okay, so just one more time. That's why I'm doing this whole thing. You go with the whatever color you want. So blue in this case, and then you go with the top left square, just like this, blue in this case. Then you go with whatever color you want the table to be, brown in this case. And then you go with like a Mojang logo, which is the same color as your cat, yellow in this case. And you can finish up by making your cat sitting on a table. So this is the yellow Ocelot sitting on a table. I love it. I love the amount of customization you can do with any of these banners. And yeah, this is not only a tutorial on how to make those 5 banners, hopefully you learn something about those, but also a tutorial on how you can change them or make little small customizations like that to make any type of Pokeball or Great Ball or exclamation mark or anything you want. So yeah, hopefully this was an inspiration for all of you. In case you want one quick run through on how to do this again, you're like, Toy Cat, I want more of an explanation on the Pokeball or the Skyblock. Here is all of them in a chest. Here's how you make it. So this is the yellow banner, just in case you see better through text, with black pale, yellow fess, yellow pally, yellow base fess, yellow border indented. This is, you can read, I'm sure. This is the black banner with all of those things. This is the white banner with all of those things in those order. This is the black banner with all of those things. And then finally, because I think we messed up the Skyblock flag, or maybe, yeah, here it is. I'll just pick it up just so you can see it one more time. And you can be like, okay, now I know for sure. If you didn't know from the tutorials, you didn't learn from the text, maybe you'll never learn. But I assume that everyone has seen something they enjoyed in today's video, and I hope you all did, because I love banners so much. There's just so much to do with them, and I'd love to make this into a series if all of you would like to watch it. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know which your favourite of these 5 banners are, because I really, really like the cat, because obviously you can work out why. But there, I'd love to hear your opinions on it too. And other than that, I hope you will enjoy the video. Like if you liked it, share if you liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. There's been a bunch of videos on the channel over the past few days, and there'll continue to be some, so make sure you check my video page every now and then, so that if you're not getting all 4 videos a day, then you can catch up to date with them. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.